What is up? What is up? What is up, YouTube? California Prepper. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. It is now officially Sunday, 12:01 in the AMs. So, hope everybody has a good weekend. I gotta head back into work tomorrow, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It pays the bills. Um, but I wanted to do this story time for a while now. I wanted to tell a story. Um, about how I was caught lacking, I guess. Long story short, in a nutshell. Um, but pull up a seat, grab your favorite drink, grab a smoke, whatever. Come back, and I'm gonna tell you guys little bit of a story on how my dream came true, and how it kind of has me a little spooked. So, we'll be back. Alright, we are back. Pardon the fans in the background, guys. Um, I don't like running AC if I don't have to. And windows open, fans on. Works plenty well. For now. For now. But anyways, I wanted to tell this story right now. Damn, I'm already running out of time. Just my luck. This is a story about how my dream and why I switched up my EDC ended up coming true somewhat. It might not have been head on, but they usually never are. I've had some that were pretty head on, but for the most part, you get the gist of it. Um, but for the last, I want to say 8+ years, Calliope's always carried a knife. I've always carried some sort of a cutting utensil, always. Since I bought my own knife, my first knife, when I was 7 years old. So that tells you something. And I had one given to me prior to that, but I had lost it. But I bought my first knife when I was 7 years old. But that's not the story. The story is, for the last 8 to 10 years, give or take, I've never been lacking. There was a couple things that made me that way, some things that I had done when I was younger that really made me more aware. And I was real focused on self-protection, self-defense. I had a young wife, she was pregnant, living in a crazy town, a lot of crazy people. So, for me, that was not only a big blow, you know, physically. I wasn't able to defend myself properly when it came down to it. But it was a big blow to my ego and to, thinking, man, I have all these things in place. I'm so much more prepared than everybody else. I was still caught lacking. Um, it was actually a work incident, and I think that's kind of what, I don't know if it was a good thing that I didn't have my blades on me, or if it was a bad thing, because it could have gone both ways, and you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So, I work in customer service. My job is to make people happy. If you're not happy, I'm not doing my job. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Alright, that last part was a lie. They don't pay me the big bucks, but you guys know what I mean. Now, I'm one of those people that I don't care if my job is cleaning the toilet. If that's what you pay me to do, I'm gonna be the best toilet cleaner out there I can be. That every time you come in that bathroom, that toilet is gonna be spick, span, spotless. That is how I've always worked. I might not be the strongest, the toughest, whatever, but you know what? I try hard at what I do, and I aim to please people. You can ask any of my past employers, and they'll all say the same thing. I was always, one of their top employees because I would go above and beyond. You didn't have to ask me to do something. I seen something need to be done, I did it, and that's how I kept my job all these years, even through all cutbacks and everything. You know, I've kept my job in companies because I worked my ass off. I didn't care what the job was. I was going to do it to the best of my ability and go above and beyond regardless. So that's what I aim to do at my job. I want everybody to leave happy with a smile. I've gotten so many calls, so many people calling. My boss is like, damn, do you have your family calling me trying to, you know, get you promoted or something? You have so many people calling and say how good you are, you know, and how much they appreciate, you know, your good attitude. And that's what I try to do. That's my job. That's what they pay me for. So when you have somebody come in, and I had these, they're kids to me. Now, I'm only 27, going on 28, but these kids were maybe 19, 20 years old, and to me, they're kids. Their mind isn't even on straight yet. Give it a few years, they'll look back and they're like, God damn, we were idiots. But for now, they're kids and they have, I mean, I don't want to give these guys too much credit, because they were dumbasses. But they were being rude to a female co-worker that I worked with, and she asked me, hey, can you handle these guys? So I go over, trying to handle them, trying to make everything good, joking around with them, we're making small talk, cracking jokes, and there's 3 of them. And I'm standing there, my job is to make them happy, and that's what I aim to do. I just went through that entire spiel. So I'm thinking everything's good, guys are leaving happy, they're not yelling anymore, we're talking, we're joking. And as they're walking out, the one in the middle is just mad dogging me. And I look back on the counter and I see that they had left something behind. So I grab it and I run out behind them and I start waving my arms, hey fellas. They jump in their truck and I'm waving them, hey fellas, you guys forgot something. Well, I don't know if waving your arms around with, something that somebody had brought in and forgot or whatnot, is confrontational. But they took that as a confrontation. Now pause, right there. You see the situation I'm in. Just 2 hours prior to that, my boss, we have a great relationship. She reminds me a lot of my grandmother. I lost her going on 16 years ago, and she's like a mother to all of us. I mean, she's a great boss. I love her to pieces. She's an awesome lady, and I respect her wholeheartedly above and beyond, above everything else. She's a great woman, and she gives people chances, and that's what I love about her. Ange, if you see this, I love you. Sorry guys, I gotta get a drink. But she had told me, hey, recently we were bought out by some new owners, so they were going to come through and check everything. They like to do that, show up unexpectedly. But we got a call from another one of our stores and gave us a heads up that they were in the area. So they were most likely going to make a stop. And everybody knows I'm the knife guy. They know about my YouTube. They know, I always have a couple knives on me. They need something open, they come to Ryan. That's what I do. So she tells me, hey, go put your knives in the office in your bag. And you don't want the owner seeing them and getting upset. There was an incident before, so no knives are allowed on the premises. Which, for the most part, she don't care. It's really not her, but it's the owners, and it is what it is. So I'm at work, you know what I mean? The office is 20 feet from my workspace. So I go and I put them in there. Now, I have no knives on me now. I have nothing, no blades. All 3 of my knives in my bag in the office. Now, fast forward back to where I was. These guys are in confrontation mode. There's 3 19, maybe 20-year-old kids versus old Cali Pete by his lonesome. And I don't care if you're Floyd Mayweather. When you got 3 guys chucking them with you, it's not going to go well for the one person. Maybe if you're Bruce Lee and you get some lucky swings in, but the way they were fighting, every time I would go forward to step up and start, sparring with one of them, the 2 from behind me would start choking me out and pulling me to the ground and trying to open up shots for the one in front of me, and vice versa. Now, it seemed like this went on for a while. In reality, it was maybe a 45-minute or 45-second, maybe a minute and a half scuffle. The whole parking lot seen it, and that was the embarrassing part. But the thing that really got me was the whole time I was worried. I'm at work. I'm here representing a brand. I'm in a uniform. You know, long story short, I didn't want to lose my job for attacking a customer. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't swing back and connect a couple times, but it was purely defense. I never, really played offense, and I never really could because there was 3 of them. And like I said, every time I'd go and advance towards one, the ones behind me would just, jump on me from behind, and it just went on like that for a while. So what I'm saying is, me not having my knives, it was a bad thing because 3 of them versus me, a knife would have definitely evened the fight. And the way they were fighting, I could have probably legally been able to use that knife. But if I had, and one of those kids got really hurt, I'd still be in jail until the trial, until all the court dates, until everything. So I'm not sure if my boss telling me, hey, go put those knives in that office, saved me. Yeah, my pride got beat up a little bit. I didn't have, they didn't bust me up at all. The only hits they got were to the top of my head because I know how to duck and dodge. I'm pretty good at that. I used to, spar back in my kid days. But nowadays, man, that's the last thing that's on my mind, especially at work. And the whole time I'm thinking, man, I'm going to lose my job for this. There's people in the parking lots got their cameras out. I mean, I was embarrassed, to be honest with you. It was embarrassing. I was in shock and utter disbelief, but, you got to snap out of it and react. Really puts you to the test. That's for sure, but I don't know. A blade would have really evened it out. Maybe would have stopped it a lot sooner, or it could have ended it very tragically. The cops did come, took the information. That's why I wasn't so sure about sharing this, but crazy thing, because I was getting choked out by the 2 guys behind me, and just like in my dream, and I was trying to get to my blade, but if I would have had it, would have got it out and maybe really hurt one of those kids. In a situation like that, you never know, because they were trying to hurt me, that's for sure. They didn't, I was sore the next day, but I've gotten hurt worse falling off my bike, so doesn't say too much for them 3 punks. But old Cali P can take a licking or two, I'll tell you that. My jaw ain't made of glass, but great story time, huh? So I hope you guys liked it. That's my story. Pay attention to your dreams, and be safe out there, guys. If you're gonna carry stuff, try pepper spray maybe. I used to carry pepper spray all the time. I stopped carrying it. I felt like a bitch carrying it. But you know what? In a situation like that, maybe I could have sprayed 1 or 2 of them, and it would have been a one-on-one fight. Something. I don't know. Would a man pepper spray another man? I don't know. Maybe if one of them had a weapon, I don't know. But blades are good things to defend your life, but you really got to know when to pull them and when not to pull them. Because if I would have stuck one of those kids, I wouldn't have made my camping trip I had planned the next day. I'd still be sitting in the jail cell, hiring a defense attorney, a defense lawyer, all that great shit, going through our wonderful justice system. So, just something to think about, a little food for thought for you guys. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. And got a couple more stories for you guys. So, if you guys like these videos, give them a thumbs up, and I'll keep making them. Cali P, I'm out of here.